If you have a half moon or an M on your palm, this isn't a coincidence, it's a warning. Most people overlook the signs their body tries to give them, but ancient palmistry says these markings aren't just random lines, they are messages. And sometimes they come with a price, a dangerous one. So before you brush it off as superstition, ask yourself, why do so many cultures agree that this symbol means power? And why do some believe it leads to destruction? You will attract powerful energy and enemies. That's the hidden truth behind the mysterious M or half moon etched on your palm. It's not just a pretty pattern or coincidence. It's a symbol deeply rooted in spiritual and esoteric traditions, often seen as a divine mark of leadership, intuition, and influence. In palmistry, these signs are interpreted as indicators that you were born with a unique vibration, one that draws attention, shifts environments, and unsettles those who operate in fear or mediocrity. You are not average, and the universe has branded you accordingly. But what they don't tell you is that this gift is a double-edged sword. Because when you walk into a room, you don't just arrive, you disrupt. Your presence challenges people who are comfortable hiding in the shadows. You trigger the insecure, you awaken the sleepers, and without ever saying a word, your very existence starts to stir emotions in people. Admiration, awe, envy, and even silent hatred. You will notice that some people will gravitate toward you almost obsessively, while others distance themselves with quiet hostility, and the most dangerous of them will smile in your face while silently hoping you fall. It's not paranoia, it's polarity. That's what happens when someone carries a magnetic charge that tilts the balance of energy around them. Your ideas are often met with both applause and resistance. Your growth is shadowed by whispers, and your victories are sometimes followed by sabotage. Why? Because marked individuals, those with the M or half moon, carry ancient archetypes of power within them. You are a mirror to what others wish they could be or are afraid to become. And when you shine, you force them to confront their own shadows. So yes, you will attract success, opportunities, and admiration, but you will also attract critics, competitors, and secret enemies who see your light and feel threatened by it. This doesn't mean you should dim your glow. On the contrary, it means you must move with more awareness. Protect your energy. Watch who you share your vision with. Learn the art of spiritual and emotional discernment. Not everyone who claps for you is celebrating you. Some are clapping because they want to see how high you'll climb before they pull the ladder. This sign on your palm is not just a gift. It's a responsibility, a calling, a warning. You were not meant for a quiet life in the crowd. You were designed to rise, to lead, to influence, and to face the storms that come with that level of power. Just remember, the brighter the flame, the darker the shadows it casts. So, walk in your power, but never forget, the same energy that draws greatness also awakens resistance. And that is the price of being marked. You are marked for a life of intense tests. And if you have the M or half moon on your palm, understand this. You didn't come into this world for ease. You came for elevation. These marks are not lucky charms. They're spiritual contracts etched into your body as a reminder that your soul agreed to a journey far beyond the ordinary. The truth is, people with these signs often live lives filled with extremes. Periods of incredible success that feel like divine favor, followed by sudden falls that shake them to their core. You may experience rapid ascents, where everything you touch seems to turn to gold, only to face an abrupt betrayal, collapse, or unexpected loss that tests your faith. your resilience, and your identity. But this isn't punishment. It's preparation. The universe is not trying to destroy you. It's trying to forge something indestructible within you. You are being trained for a higher purpose, and the only way to carry that kind of divine weight is to be refined. Look closely at your life and you'll notice a pattern. Just when things begin to stabilize, a shift happens. A person leaves, an opportunity disappears, a foundation cracks. Why? Because your path is not about comfort. It's about transformation. You're not here to settle, you're here to evolve. And evolution is rarely gentle. It requires discomfort, shedding, and facing the parts of yourself that most people spend their entire lives avoiding. You may go through deep isolation, where people you loved fall away, not because you did something wrong, but because their time in your story has expired. You may experience moments where everything external is stripped so the internal can awaken. Moments where the only thing you have left is your faith, your vision, and your will to rise. And in those moments, you will discover your true power. The M or half moon isn't a guarantee of a smooth journey. It's a sign that your path will be legendary, but earned. The emotional and spiritual challenges you face are not random. They are tailored for your soul's curriculum. They are tests meant to break what is false and strengthen what is real. Every betrayal teaches you discernment. Every loss deepens your gratitude. Every setback strengthens your comeback. You weren't chosen for an easy life. You were chosen for a meaningful one. And that meaning comes through contrast, joy and pain, love and loss, clarity and confusion. You are the kind of person who learns not just by reading or hearing, but by living, fully, painfully, beautifully. So when the trials come, don't curse the fire. Embrace it. Because if you've been marked by the universe, it's not because you're fragile. It's because you're capable of becoming something rare. Let the tests come. Let the pressure build. Let the world try to shake you. Because in the end, you won't just survive, you'll emerge unbreakable. And that's what you were born for. You have a rare intuition that can't be ignored. And if you're marked with an M or a half moon on your palm, this isn't just a quirky coincidence. It's a sacred signal that your inner compass was designed with advanced wiring. People like you don't just think, you feel the truth before it reveals itself. You sense motives before they are spoken. You anticipate events, read energy, and get internal nudges that seem to come from nowhere, yet are almost always right. This gift is not imagination, it's insight, and it's been given to you for a reason. But here's the danger. When you doubt it, when you rationalize it away, when you silence that still small voice within, chaos follows. Every time. You'll notice that the most painful decisions, the deepest regrets, and the most toxic relationships in your life came after you ignored your gut. You knew something was off, but you overrode it with logic, people-pleasing, or fear. And every time you did, you paid a price. That's because this kind of intuition isn't optional for you. It's part of your soul contract. It's the tool you were given to navigate a path that others can't see. And when you try to live like everyone else, overthinking, second-guessing, outsourcing your truth to others, your life spirals into confusion and misalignment. But the moment you trust it, something incredible happens. Doors open, people appear, timing aligns, and opportunities flow like water. You begin to feel like you're in the right place at the right time, doing exactly what you were meant to do. Because you are. The universe speaks to you in whispers, symbols, gut feelings, dreams, and energy shifts. And once you learn to tune in rather than tune out, your life becomes a guided journey rather than a guessing game. That inner radar doesn't just keep you safe, it shows you where the gold is buried. You are the gold that is meant to save you. It reveals the path, the people, and the purpose that are aligned with your highest good. But it requires boldness. You have to be willing to say no to what looks good in favor of what feels right. You have to walk away from people who don't sit well with your spirit, even if they check all the boxes. You have to make decisions that don't always make sense on paper, but feel undeniably true in your bones. That's how your intuition works. It doesn't scream, it whispers. And when you listen, you move faster, stronger, clearer. So, if you're marked with this sign, know this. Your intuition isn't just a feeling, it's your superpower. And ignoring it is like walking through life blindfolded with a flashlight in your hand. Trust your gift. Sharpen it. Protect it. And above all, follow it. Because the life you're meant to live isn't built by logic. It's built by alignment. And alignment begins the moment you stop doubting your inner voice and start honoring it as divine truth. You're meant to break cycles, not repeat them. And if you carry the mark of a half moon or an M on your palm, then you were never meant to live a life of quiet repetition or inherited limitation. You are not here to fit into the mold your ancestors were forced into. You're here to shatter it. That marking is not ornamental, it's spiritual evidence that your soul came into this life with a mission to disrupt the generational patterns, toxic beliefs, and emotional legacies that have been silently passed down through bloodlines for centuries. You are the one who sees what others deny, feels what others numb, and questions what others accept. But here lies the danger. When someone marked to be a cycle breaker tries to live a normal life, everything begins to collapse. You may experience mental unrest, sudden setbacks, or deep emotional suffering, not because you're cursed, but because you're off course. Your soul rebels against comfort zones that don't match your purpose. Many who bear this sign fall into depression, addiction, or failure, not because they are weak, but because they are trying to suppress their calling in favor of societal approval. They try to walk a path that was never meant for them, and it tears them apart from the inside. You weren't born to follow. You were born to confront, to challenge systems, rewrite stories, and heal wounds that no one else had the courage to face. The trauma that runs in your family, it ends with you. The silence, the denial, the patterns of abuse, neglect, scarcity, or emotional disconnection, they stop with you. But breaking cycles is not glamorous work. It is often lonely, painful, and misunderstood. You will be seen as the rebel, the outsider, the too sensitive, the too intense, or the one who always asks too many questions. And that's because your very existence threatens the status quo. But don't let that scare you. Let it awaken you. You were chosen to disrupt, not to destroy, but to rebuild something better in its place. You are the one who transforms inherited pain into purpose, who turns wounds into wisdom, and who carries the torch of healing into the future. Yes, you will feel heavy at times, burdened by the weight of what came before you and what must be done, but that weight is not meant to break you. It's meant to build you into someone unstoppable. And once you embrace your role, you'll find that your life begins to align in ways that defy logic. The right people will find you, the right path will unfold, and most importantly, the generations that follow you will breathe easier because of the battles you chose to fight. So stop trying to blend in, stop shrinking to fit into broken systems, and stop apologizing for the fire in your spirit. You were not born to repeat the past, you were born to redeem it. This is your mission, this is your power, and the mark on your palm is your proof. You'll be forced to choose power or peace. And this is the silent crossroads that everyone marked with an M or a half moon on their palm eventually encounters, whether they realize it or not. At first, your path may feel exhilarating, almost as if fate is pushing you forward with divine momentum. Opportunities appear. People seek your presence, and your influence begins to expand without you even trying. You find yourself in positions of power, authority, or visibility, sometimes even before you feel ready. But as your light grows, so does the weight of what you carry. You begin to realize that power isn't just about impact, it's about sacrifice. It's about the spiritual tax that comes with being seen, heard, and followed. And suddenly, you're standing at a dangerous intersection, caught between two roads, one that leads to influence and impact, and another that promises peace, privacy, and self-protection. One path forces you into the spotlight, where your every word and action is judged, where expectations rise with every success, and where the pressure never truly stops. The other tempts you to disappear, to withdraw, to protect your heart from the exhaustion and complexity that power always brings. Many who bear this mark get lost here, not because they're weak, but because no one ever warned them that the gift of influence comes with a spiritual cost. The cost of boundaries constantly tested. The cost of being misunderstood, envied, even attacked. The cost of carrying other people's projections and hopes while trying to hold on to your own identity. And if you don't consciously understand your mission, the world will choose for you. And it will almost always choose exploitation. You'll be pushed into roles that drain you, used for your energy, celebrated for your talents, but disregarded as a human being. The power you were given can easily backfire if it's not rooted in clarity and purpose. But when you know why you've been given that power, when you understand that your influence is not about ego, but about service, you gain the ability to walk both paths. You stop seeing power and peace as opposites and start realizing they can coexist. If you lead from within, you choose to use your voice wisely, protect your energy fiercely, and align every action with your soul's deeper mission. This is not an easy path, but it is a sacred one. And the mark on your palm is a reminder that you were never meant to live a common life. You were meant to carry light, but you must also protect that light. So choose carefully. Don't chase power